Okay.
Elise showed me how to do this shit. So we are on live. We in. What is going on, everybody? Wait for a few people to come up in this joint.
Yeah.
Even though we tagged everybody and their mama in it.
Listen, am I your first guest on here?
Oh, Current R&B Becky, yes. Yes.
I am? Oh, man.
Yes.
I just randomly asked that because I'll never remember you doing it with anybody.
Nah, never. So that's why I was like, this is a special one right here. Like,
yeah.
Oh. Hold on, let me put up a banner. All right. Let's see.
Look, I did the Insta story. I let them catch on to it too. Man, it's about 4 people. I threw a giveaway question up already. They already answered it.
Oh, yo, are you serious?
Yo, I owe some people on Instagram one now. Because they be interactive on my Instagram. They don't be playing around on there. They be real fast.
I see, and I was like, that was a dope question to ask, though. That was dope. I was like,
I didn't think nobody was gonna get it. Somebody said LaBelle, and then somebody else said Diana Ross. I'm like, nope, that wasn't it.
Nah, that wasn't it.
I'll probably ask them whenever they get on here, if somebody get on.
Yeah, we got a few people in there. What's going on, Mike Jones? Tim, what's going on?
What's up? I can't see. I see the...
You can't see the comments?
No. How you see the comments? Are you the only one that can see them?
Yeah, because no, you should be able to, you know what? Probably why, because you're on your phone.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
That's it.
I know I was going to switch over to my...
It's up to you. I mean, whatever you feel comfortable in.
Yeah, it's still updating. It's almost at 96%. So
okay.
It's almost there. I was gonna switch over. It's always the inopportune times whenever I take my podcast.
Oh my God.
It will do it right when I have a show. And it's the hawk outside, so it's cold as hell outside. So my flight got delayed. I had to wait till tonight. Because it's about to be some kind of freeze storm or something in Texas, and we got a gig. So I'm hoping I can make my gig because we gonna be on the road for the next 3 days. But I think we'll be good though. I got a red eye. I gotta take connecting flight. So yeah, we'll be
talking about that last night. Was like,
they canceled it. Yeah, it got canceled. I told you, people talking about that astrology stuff. I was like, I don't know nothing about no Mercury retrograde or nothing. Every time y'all bring that person up, it's always the Earth is always in retrograde. I was like, I don't know nothing about that. I respect it though, because it makes sense to me. But
but I'm like, not right now.
Right, exactly.
Oh my God! All right, so we got a few people up in this joint. Let me post this also as well. All righty, so y'all, we are going to be discussing the girls, the Shindellas, and we will be discussing their album Shindo. But I'm gonna kind of do this a little like how we do Catch That a little bit, and kind of start where we actually start, how we actually got into the girls and how we got into them and all that kind of stuff. So I can actually start out how I got into them. I'm just a big fan of the girls. When I heard Reconsider for the first time, I was just like, whoa. It felt fresh. It felt something. You know what I mean? And I was just like, I always try to say on social media, I try to say that, groups are kind of like the foundation of R&B anyway. So now we don't have groups, we don't have bands like that that's kind of in the mainstream. So it's kind of hard for R&B to really kind of succeed because we don't got no groups as the foundations, all solo acts. And that's why, like, between the 50s and, like, just even say maybe to the mid-2000s, our groups was our thing. Our solo artists was able to really succeed and excel and sell on millions and millions of records, but we had our groups down there too. So when I heard Reconsider, I was like, "Ooh, I like these girls. I like them." You know what I'm saying? Especially blends and harmonies and all of that kind of stuff. But then when I heard Ain't That the Truth,
That's my one. I think that's the first one I heard. I think I just randomly, it came through on my Spotify because sometimes they'll suggest music. It was either that or I heard them randomly in Starbucks, but I think it was that one I heard and I Shazammed, you know, like how you Shazam it, and I got right on it. But it was like 2018. It was, it definitely was either 2018 or 2019. I can't.
Yeah, it was 2018.
It was like what you just said. Reconsider that one. I heard that one. I love that one. But yeah, I was real new. They were new. Hits like that, Stick Like Grits wasn't out yet when I heard it.
Yeah, it was. So when I heard,
this was before their first album. Yeah, when I heard
before. Oh yeah, because the album came out in 2021. They, hits that Stick Like Grits. So when I heard that, and then what really made me when I was like, I love these girls when they did Happy to See You.
Yeah, that's the one right there.
And when that came out, it was just the harmonies, the blends, they sounded really good. It was slow. You heard all the girls' voices and all that. And I said, from that, I am a fan. And from there, everything they brought out, I was with. I mean, I love If That Wasn't Love, which that's a favorite joint of mine. Chills, when they came out with Costume, when they came out with all those joints, then I was like, I'm in. So then they come out with hits that stick like grits. What did you think when you heard the whole album for the first time? Hits that stick like grits.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, when I heard that whole album,
yes,
in 2021, which was a whole doozy within itself, because I was, going through my own little, go code. We was still in the pentatonic, so we was still in the Pandora and the Panera Bread. We was still in that. So it was that album was significant with that time period for me. So just in a very personal, emotional way, it rejuvenated that, because like how you get in a funk, a creative funk. And I was in that. I was in the process of switching and just basically starting all over in terms of building my team up again with the brand. And that album is like significant with me, like getting back on the road. Like I remember getting back on the road, like it was on like a few gigs I was taking in 2021. But when I heard that debut, Hits to Stick Like Grits, I wasn't even halfway through the album when that interlude, that Money interlude with Chuck playing that piano part. I'm telling you, because it just the musician in me and just me, lover of just instrumentation, hearing like real producers like Louis York, what they did. Like, this is what producers need to do. Is know how to play instruments. That's the like definitive of like a producer's producer, is knowing like how to, being a musician's musician. And when I heard that Money interlude, and I heard that it's real nerdy, the sustain pedal. What's up, Elise? When I heard him play that piano in that interlude, and then the rest of it, and then just all the powerful songs. They had very great anthems, and the self-affirming, it's self-love, it's a lot of those messages. And I have love for like I don't think I have a favorite on there. I think the ones that made me think was like Fear Has No Place. That one made me think a whole lot, because it's like, because I never really thought, because I like songs that make me think, because it was like, do I fear anything? Because like Fear Has No Place, like it's talking about so many different things. You can equate it to anything, but when they were talking about, Fear Has No Place, I was like, do I fear anything? And it was, and it's just that, the web of questions you ask. But I love the album because it makes me think. It makes me, even Volcano Love, listen, I told you, that's what. Okay, listen, we ain't gotta say no more. Volcano Love, okay? That's a whole other.
Because
that's a whole second playlist right there.
That's gonna be one of the songs.
Them the premarital sex, them premarital sex tunes right there. Volcano Love.
It reminds me of a song that they did on this album. We gonna talk about that.
Yeah, for sure. But I love Hits to Stick Like Grits. I don't have a favorite on there though. It's hard to choose it because they all flow well.
I think they got Sick of Me because I used to go in for Win My Heart. That was a real.
Oh, I remember your tweets about that.
Yes, I will go in on that. I know Tam and Casey and Stacy was sick of me. They was like, well, this boy listen to another damn song.
Like boy, can you go to track number 3?
Like, can you go to there? And then
can you find another track to listen to?
Yes. So then I started liking Volcano Love. But like you said, the whole album, it was a great body of work because I was just like, oh my God, they captured all 3 of them. You got to learn them vocally. You got to like just really, really go and really learn these girls. And like you said, the production of this album with Chuck and Claude was just magnificent. It was just amazing. You know what I mean? And it was just like you had different styles on the album. Even though if you like Reconsider and you like Ain't That the Truth, which were not on the album, you kind of knew what sound you were gonna get from them. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It was a tester, but it's just like with an EP, you know, like with Tidra Moses, I would compare it to like Tidra Moses, you know, like she's known for a great debut album, Complex Simplicity, but them EPs, you know, I would hold them in the same weight as an LP too. There's just as solid. And Emily King, you know, she dropped, you know, listen. When she dropped that in 2011, that EP. I would hold that in the same regard as her LPs. It's great.
Okay, I could dig that because I felt a little way because a Costume wasn't on there and it wasn't really Love wasn't on there, and I was like, now come on now. I was like, come on, y'all couldn't put my songs on there, but when you listen to it, you see why, because those interludes. Yeah,
because of the flow of the album. Right. Yeah, the way it flowed, though, I have no problem with the album sequencing because it just everything flowed perfectly. And that's what I love about new artists. It's like, I want to hear your influences, but give me you. And I felt like the Shindellas debut album hits the stick like grits. Like of course, you know, it's their first album, but they had their own sound. And thanks to Louis York, shout outs to Claude Kelly and Chuck Harmony. I mean, what they did, they did some real artist development with, I'm sure from what they've said that they had to go through the ringer, but that's old school. Like everything about their branding, everything about them lets me know that they got real, and they're veterans, music industry veterans. So of course, Louis York, that's the only thing you could expect is that level of, you know, professionalism and just like great work ethic. You could tell they have a great work ethic as a group and focus and just a singer. That's what and just the fact that just students of music. It's just, I won't say it's rare because it's a lot of artists that we can name that's, you know, in R&B right now that, you know, are musically great, but them specifically, I think being a female group that puts so much emphasis on the craft of it in terms of the vocality and making sure that center focus, like that's what superstars are made of, and then got the Louis York, got the production and songwriting team that can, you know, that's what SWV, you know, with Brian A. Morgan and even with All Star, I would contribute his success with Brian because they had a style. They had a certain way they fit those records for those artists. Like even with Angela Winbush, what she did with Ronald Isley, we can go there. Like you have to have a certain pitch when that, again, producers, like Angela Winbush is a producer, musician. So she knows, like she knew what records to fit Ronald Isley's pitch. And that's why it worked well. Just like with Brian, like he has a high range and it fit Coco's vocality. So, you know, that's why it was seamless and it was a easy musical marriage in terms of the voices, because for you to be a musician, you have to have like perfect pitch and ear to know like who can sing what. And that's why, you know, Tam may sing a certain lead part and Stacey may sing a certain lead, and then you have Casey may have certain parts in there. And that's how it flows. It just, you gotta be able to have that musician ear to figure that out.
You have to. Oh yeah, for sure. And I love how you say vocally, you could tell they are focused on the vocals, period. That is their thing. So they gave us the feeling of the vocal groups that we really love, like the LaBelle and the In Vogue. And, you know, you threw SWV in there. As much as people try to say, yeah, Coco, she's the lead of the group. But you can't have them without them blends and harmonies from Taj and Lily. Just like Tam and Stacy and Casey. All three of them have a blend. And they have to
Which is weird that people say that about SWV. It's like, that's how, you know, and people can take it as disrespect, but that's how I know you don't know music. If you don't find what Lily and Taj contribute to vocal, like that's the center focus of what makes SWV, is they're absolutely the reason, or Coco would just be singing by herself in that case. Like their harmonies and blends is so significant to SWV sound. So you can't equate one without the other, which is, but yeah, I ain't gonna get on no rant and get on, because it's gonna turn, you know, we've already had this discussion on the podcast, on the Soul Sanders podcast. We don't need to go that route, because I'm gonna get hyped up, and I ain't trying to do that. We try to stay in a good space, so I ain't trying to, even though we can, you know, if they want to get cute, the fans want to get cute, you know, on here, we can go, we can tussle a little bit. I ain't afraid to tussle with y'all, but we gonna keep it cute on here. On our current R&B bangers, we gonna keep it cute.
Yeah, we got even though I don't keep it. Listen. You know, we messy over here. I'm gonna get a little mess. Like they don't want it, but
that part.
Yeah. So so after the album, they, you know, I wish they could have toured a little more. You know what I mean? Like really get out there a little bit more. But it was like, all right, cool. So then we hear they come out with Last Night Was Good for My Soul. When that comes out, before the even album comes out, you know what I mean? We hear that. I was like, okay, now they want to dance. You know what I'm saying? This is what I got. I was like, once I got this record, I said, okay, we going in a whole different direction now. Because everything on the first album was very mid-tempo and very just showcasing them vocally on like mids and ballads. That was the thing. I mean, you had, you know, Feeling the Pain and, you know, that and Win My Heart and all that. And Fear Has No Place, but it was still mid. When they got one where they actually grooving, I was like, oh, okay, so what are we getting into on this album? So obviously they had the dance that came out, and it's so crazy. When the song first came out and I did Current R&B Bangers, I was wearing this exact same shirt.
That's crazy.
Exact same shirt and trying to do their little dance in the joint. You know what I'm saying? Which I thought was dope. That joint, me and you was trying. We was trying yesterday. We tried.
Listen, I did a little bit. You know what I mean? I got a little, you know what I mean? I'm still sore from rehearsal, so you know what I mean. I can do a little bit, you know. We in a 30 plus club, you know. We gotta, you know. It's a little different. Epsom salt, tennis baths is the go-to.
Right, my knees ain't what they used to be no more, man. So I'm good with sitting on.
I'm getting there. The chiropractor working out the muscle knots in my ankles, so I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get the Megan Thee Stallion knees. The Megan Thee Stallion knees is gonna be cured going in November. Right. So we go for cozy winter. We go get the Megan Thee Stallion knees activated.
Yes. So then after they came, that kind of came out a little bit, and then they gave us Juicy as a promo single. I was like, oh, okay. The girls are completely going in a different route. It had such a trap beat a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, wait a minute, this is Volcano Love to me. But I said it's with a trap beat. Because I was like, yo, this is I'm like, oh, okay. They was like,
you think that's trap? You think that's a trap beat?
For this generation, for them. Okay. I feel like that's for them, and it got a little bit of a bounce that they can kind of
right.
You know what I mean? That maybe wrong word, not trap, but it's for this generation. They like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it got a little bop to it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was just like, okay, the girls, and to me, Casey shines on this record. Because to me, I always feel like Casey she's the personality of the group. Like, that's what I feel like she is. More of that personality, and that's why she was like, we can make it juicy for you. Like that, like she can give you that. So I feel like she's that. on this record. And I was just like, oh, all right. So I thought we was going to get a little video, but they kept it cute with that little lyric video. I said, okay, all right, y'all. We going to keep it cute with that. Fine, got it. But then after that, then what was the next single after that? Ooh La La came out. Ooh La La came out. And I was like, all right, this is my favorite single. Because Tam goes off. But like I said, we're going to go through each of them, but kind of bringing y'all up to speed with everything. And then we got Think of Me, which Stacey gets the lead on this. You know what I mean? She gets the lead on this. And I was just like, the girls is not playing on this one. When is this album coming? I need this album now. That's what I kept saying. I forget all these singles. I want the album now. Like, can we
the album?
Right. And finally, October the 20th, we got the album, people. Shindo was in our hands.
Shindo.
You know what I mean? And I ended up getting it on vinyl. I was like, no, I'm supporting artists. You know what I'm saying? Because the streaming is a bunch of bull. The streaming is a bunch of bull, like complete bull. And if you're going to support your artists, support them by going to buy physical copies. Instead of
especially independent artists. Make sure y'all cop that.
Yes. And
it's actually better to do it that way than the streaming.
Right. And just like Tim said, you know, a lot of people, you know, if you are fans of music and all this, instead of going online, these stands and calling out other artists and all this kind of stuff, go support your artists. Especially the ones that's underground. Buy them physicals, man. For real. So I went, got it. I saw you went and got it like crazy. That just showed how much, you know what I'm saying? That's love. You know what I mean?
I got all of them. I go crazy, especially when I'm in position to. Oh, I'm definitely going to support independent artists. I wish more of them would get physical copies. I mean, I get it. You know, everybody's distribution deals is set up differently in terms of independently. But if they got it available, listen, I'm going to get it. I'm waiting on Alex Isley and Terrace Martin to to get their vinyl. I'm waiting on that because I can't stop listening to that either. But that's a whole other
side note. I actually, the first time I listened to it, I wasn't happy with it. Now I'm listening to it and I can't stop.
I'm locked in. Soon as the first track, it's like, take me to paradise, Alex. That's what I'm talking about. Because Sade, that's Sade is a love language within itself. So you were doing a rendition of that. That's right up my alley, right there. I couldn't stop listening to it when she released it. That's my jam.
So then I was just like, all right, I'm in it now. Like I'm in it. You know what I mean? So I love it. So now we get the album. Let's get into these songs, right? So we opened the album up with "Up to You."
Woo.
Now, this is a funky ass song. Like, you know, like with Hits That Stick Like Grits, it was more about like how they came in. With this here, let me tell you something. I said, okay, y'all coming at us like this? Like y'all not playing like this. I was like, okay, so I know I'm gonna be shady a little bit right now. I think
where you going?
But in a good way. I mean, it's in a good way. In a good way.
I hope so.
I think this song is I want to dance with somebody, but I feel like it's the soul was kept in. Clive Davis wanting around to say take it out.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, okay. Like, the soul was stuck in this, and especially the way Tam is kind of going off at the end. You know what I mean? Like, you can't deny that. Don't get me wrong, Whitney went off at the end, but Clive didn't let too much soul in it. You know what I mean? That's why it's considered the best pop song ever. You know what I mean? So with that being said, it was like this song, Chuck and Claude kept that soul in it, and it sounded so good. I couldn't get past it. Listen,
I said on Twitter, I said, I'm trying my hardest to go to the next song, but every time it's like, you know, like how you tell yourself when the song is so good, it's like, okay, just one more time. And then I heard her do that note when she could start riffing with that bass. and that dang on piano doing that same riff as that. And then the way she ended that note, I was like, I'm about to run this back one more time. And it's like, and then when she started doing them first runs, when they got to the chorus, oh my God. That's what got me in right there. I was already locked in with the rhythm, but you know what I say what this is?
Yeah.
Is this is just how I hear it. Michael Jackson's "Wanna Be Starting Something" had a baby with Gloria Estefan's conga. That's what.
I can see that.
And then Rick James gets visitation rights on the weekends with Big Time. Because that dun 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 it reminded me of Big Time, from the Garden of Love album. The dun 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 dun, and then they do that thing in the chorus. Do 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 do. Big, and then and it reminded me of the Rick James Big Time. If y'all could, the people in the chat, if you know Rick James Big Time, then we musical kindreds, because
you're right.
Garden of Love is my album. So if you know Rick James Big Time, just listen to that. I don't think it's an interpolation, but it just reminds me of that. I mean, those three songs, and it's such a fusion of sounds. Like I wouldn't even. That's what makes them so dope as a group, as the versatility. Because I'm always thinking, I'm in the music industry, so I'm always thinking business. So it's like they can literally play this record anywhere. They can, like, corporate, if they do like an NBA, like if it's a commercial, like a Revlon commercial or Dove commercial, I can literally hear their songs there, or in a movie. Just being in the industry, what songs is going in their songs. It has enough of that to where it can get a younger audience, the older audience, because it plays into nostalgia. It just, and Up to You is that one. I don't know if they done release the singles, but if they release one, I can hear that one. And what is it? Good as Gold. I can see them two as singles too. It's hard. Because Up to You, I'm leaning more towards Up to You because it's so Good as Gold. I can see that being another. If they wanted to release another single, I could hear Good as Gold as a single. But Up to You, that's that party one. Like I can hear, like I want a salsa right now. Like I told you, it remind me of conga. It's like as soon as I hear conga, I'll be right. Don't even control yourself any longer. That's my jam. Listen, don't get me excited because I'll start salsa dancing right now. But yeah, Up to You, give me that fusion sound with genres, with R&B. You got, like I said, pop and a little bit of soca, reggae with the congas, with the percussion. I can hear it's very versatile. It's Latin. It's a lot of Brazilian jazz percussion. I hear influence in there. So it's very multicultural type of record, and will play anywhere.
I would have loved to hear after they finished the record, because I know it sounded good to them, like right after they finished it, and they were mixing it. I know all of them had to be in the studio just rocking. Because let me tell you something. Chuck is playing the hell out of them damn keys.
And that bass player. Oh my God.
I'm like, what the? Like he was that was some church he was feeling in them keys. Like for real.
I know he's playing a lot of flat chords. There's a lot of flat chords or sharp chords, whatever musician lean, flats or sharps, but a lot of flats and sharps chords. But that's my favorite type of playing too, because it got that soul in it when you play them flat chords.
And that's why Tam came out of the bridge the way she did. She was like, yeah, like she's with him, and she just
because the spacing in it. Again, got to give it up. This is a masterclass for people watching of what real, not just singing, but just the all around record. Like the lyrics, to me, I say it all the time, is three elements to music that has to go right: the vocals, the lyrics, the production, whether sonic or instrumentation. Those three things have to align for it to be a great record. If it doesn't, like if one is off, like the singing is good, but then the music isn't great, it could be a great album, but it probably ain't gonna hit the same. But if all three are aligned, listen, it's gonna be a great album, and that's what I feel like, because they're so intentional about being a student of music. Just I think just from the production and songwriting standpoint and the singing, like just the influences that I hear, like it's such an intentional thing, but it's not them trying to make themselves sound like the Jones Girls or the Emotions, or I hear Bee Gees in there too, especially when we get later in the tracks, but I ain't gonna jump ahead, but definitely I hear a lot of Bee Gees in this album and the Emotions. And if you can hit them, if you can even inspire yourself to get to that range of those great singers, to even, put yourself in that position to where you want to sound, or just that's your influence is the Emotions. Like, are you kidding me? I don't even attempt to, which is why I can't sing half the majority of these songs on the damn, it's only 9 tracks and I ain't attempting to sing none of them. Shit, even the singles they release, I barely can sing them because I gotta go up a pitch. This is not natural voice singing. I can't do that. Ooh la la la. That's not a natural tone for me to go up there. Like, I need y'all to bring that key down. And for regular people, for you, like I told you, you ain't around the house voice right here. Okay, I ain't got. Listen, I can harmonize, but I can't. I don't want to stay up there in the rafters with Tam. I want you to come down and don't project so loudly. Oh,
I told her that, and I even told her that on one of these songs we're gonna get into. I told her that. I said, girl, I was like, I can't even lit with you. I can't even sing with you. Take this down a key. That's why when she goes in, I just lit with her. I just be like, I just be like, I'm not even gonna sing. I'm just gonna lit with her and just feel the emotion, because you can tell the way
feel the emotion.
It's real.
Right.
It's real. So they started us off the break with Up to You, such a banger, for real, for real. Then we go into Juicy.
Told you that's my we ain't even got to expound on that. Okay, this is where we enter the grown folks section of the of the live right here, because I already told you last night how I felt about Juicy. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Juicy for me. it's the nastiness of the lyrics for me.
Yes.
That touched the spiritual side of me. I was like, okay, listen, I caught a Shindo just off of that,
okay? This song here is so, again, I brought it up again. It's like the Volcano Love, for real. But this just got an extra beat to it. But this song is like I always say, when it got a slow drum, it got like the Elise body roll. Everybody calls it the
for sure. Body roll tune. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yes, this is a body roll for real, for real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And you could tell that the girls are starting to get into the writing of it, because this song is very feminine. You know what I mean? It's very feminine. Like, even though Volcano Love was it's a freaky song, but this one has such a female, feminine vibe to it. I was like, I know the girls had to help write or do something on this. So when I saw them in the writing credits, I'm like, now they showing their artistic ability now. Now they're being part of these songs now and all of this. So this joint is crazy. The girls sound so beautiful. You know what I mean? As far as blends and harmonies and all of that, it's just, and they sound like a choir, again, giving you La Belle. You know what I mean? Like, they sound
that's a nice comparison. I gotta dig in the crates on that to see what I can listen to.
They give you that. That's why I said they're so needed, because just like you said on Up to You, I feel like the Shindellas with them, I feel like they give us what we've been missing from girl groups. So they're giving us, obviously, they're giving us the elegance of the Supremes, right? Because that's kind of the blueprint for everybody as far as groups. And then when it comes to the 70s, to me, they're giving you the 3 Degrees. They're giving you, La Belle. They're giving you that. You know what I mean? And obviously, when we get to the 90s, they're giving us that In Vogue. So that's when I first heard the Shindellas. I said, wait a minute, who are they producers? I was like, is this Tommy and Denny again? Like, this is what I thought because of the production and the female empowerment that En Vogue gave is the same thing the Shindellas are doing. You know what I mean? And obviously, I love my girls, SWV. So I was like, they're giving you the swag of them. So I was just like, yo, they're giving you everything that we have missed. And in a song like this, but it's still tasteful. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It don't take you, it's not over the edge with Juicy. Like, you listen to the words, you know what they talking about. They ain't talking about getting some juice out the refrigerator and drinking it. No.
They ain't talking about no Welch's.
They ain't talking about no Welch's. No. They talking about natural juices. Okay?
Child, they said, because boy, you never know it's love until you're in it. I was like, hello, that's when they had me right there. I was like, that's grown folks talk right there. I was like, y'all talking my kind of talk on this juice. Okay? My mind is, listen, they was talking, they talk on there. That's how you know, like you said before. And you know who would do good at that is Betty Wright. She was really good at that, writing from that perspective. I would, in terms of like songs, because most people don't know, they always know like Clean Up Woman, but when you get into a record, she would write like that too.
Right, like basically Tonight is the Night.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't
right.
If you listen to the words, people think it's such a sensual song, and it ain't. It's not at all. You know what I mean? But hold on. All right, hold on 1 second, y'all. You want me to add your computer?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We good money.
Yeah, because this phone getting hot. It's about to cut off.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we good.
It's
cool.
At 30%. I was like, oh, that's how I know.
Well, we good. We good. So yeah, this is great song. You said this is your favorite single. This is your favorite single that they came out with. So yeah. So I like it. Harmony's crazy. So then we get to Ooh La La, which is my favorite single, like I said. I love this. This gave me the flavor of Hits That Stick Like Grits. It could have been on that album to me. It gave that. It gave me the sound that we love from the girls. You know what I mean? And it just gave me that. It took me back to when I heard It Wasn't Really Love for the first time. It gave me the feeling when I heard Costume, when they were going, when Tam goes off as usual.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah.
It gives me that. So it was like when I first heard that, it took me back to when I first got into them. I was like, okay, I love this. And then it just was so cute. The video, you know what I'm saying? Tam on the phone with somebody. We don't know who it was. And they like, well, where Tam at? And they like, she on the phone with her boo. You know what I mean? And then she said he turning her world around. I mean, hell, he was making it juicy. So I guess he can turn it around. You know what I mean?
Making it juicy. Somebody was it Michael Jones said, juicy.
Yes.
Police body rolling in the comment section.
Yes. Oh God. So so Ooh La La, I loved it. It's a straight head nodder. Like I just love it. You just gonna you just gonna rock to it. So I love this record. I was like, I'm glad that they the video again was cute. They was all wearing white, and then you saw at the end of the video they started doing the Last Night Was Good for My Soul dance at the end. So again, bringing you the flavor of what we love about the girls. You know what I mean? And I just thought it was dope. And it's actually my favorite single that they released. So love this. That damn Tam, just give her the end of a record and let her go. that's how
the record. How about that? No, listen. As soon as she get to that chorus, just listen. It's just, and I've said it before. It's certain singers. They just, when they study the greats, like when we talk about the greats study the greats. Like we talk about the Luther's, you talking about like those top singers, like the Shoppers, the Gladyses, they study the greats before them, and I think Tam's done that. And I said before, the way she vocally assimilates is just insane. And it's like assimilating, meaning that it's certain nuances with vocals. They know it's not that it's them trying to mimic it. It's like they just naturally became a student of music. Like when she's singing on, what song is it? Oh, we're gonna get to it. I'm jumping ahead. I'll wait till we get to it. But I'm gonna wait till we get there because I'm jumping ahead. But either way, Tam is, you could just tell she's like a singer that just studies the greats. And I appreciate artists that do that, because I want to hear your influences, not that you're trying to make yourself sound like them, but I hear the Aretha, I hear, all those, especially Aretha, I definitely hear that. And Aretha, I told you, Aretha's a moment. I don't even have her in my playlist. I gotta have a moment with a Aretha album. I gotta that album and just, you know what I mean? Because Aretha's a whole moment. You gotta sit with it and just take it in, and that's what I hear. She evokes that same emotion that I hear when I hear Aretha. So I think it's dope.
That's go ahead. Tam, you out here doing it, girl. You getting compared to Aretha.
And she's doing it her way too. She got her own style of singing. It's, oh my God. I wish I could really, it's not that she's doing the runs. It's like, it's not like an empty note, if that makes sense. It's not like she's just throwing an ad lib or whatever. It's intentional. It's the way she approaches it. It's the vocal placement. It's the note placement specifically. It's like, I'm going to do this, and then she does a certain thing. It's hard to describe it, but when you hear it, it's like, I know she's intentionally like trying to convey that, and she does so well with note placements. It's so dope.
Yes, she does, and you can tell it's not forced when she's
doing that's what I mean. Yeah, it's not forced. It's just everything that you become as a student of music. She just embodies all of that, and it's like there's not a frivolous note that I've ever heard her sing on this album. This album in particular, Hits to Stick Like Grits, I didn't hear it on that, but this one, like any ad lib she's done on here, it gave me a Shindo.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I ain't got hair on my arms, but what if I did? They was gonna stand up if I did have hair on my arms. But, I was like, good God Almighty. I was like, she wasn't even doing like again when we got to up to you, like just her doing that little. It's like, what is happening? I literally threw my phone as soon as I was like, I had it, and then I just was like, it's over with. I can't. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, Tam lucky she wasn't around me. She lucky she wasn't around me, because I'd have threw my shoe. I'd have threw my shoe at her. I'd have been like, girl, why is you singing like this? What's wrong with you? Why are you singing like this? I'd have threw my shoe. I'd have been, girl, who told you to sing like this? What's wrong with you? The heck? Yeah, so she just so she did that on
and she don't kind of, and listen, all respect to the rest of them. They all collectively do their thing. But yeah, when they have their moments, when Stacey has her moment, and Stacey's tone, when we get to the rest of these songs, man.
Stacey had a moment. Oh, you know what? Let's just get on to the next track. Think of me. Stacey has her moment.
Yeah, perfect timing. Yeah. Her tone is ridiculous. When she listen, I can't even describe to you when I heard the way she sung lead on that first, when it got to the second verse, it was like, ma'am, this tone, why are you doing that? Okay.
Yes.
Why is it so clear? Why is it so clear? Why am I, listen, you got me wanting to slow dance and listen, I don't even like listen to ballads like that, but I was like, you done took me back to the junior high prom and stuff like that. You got me and my guy ready to listen. We're gonna make this whole album a date night whenever I get back from tour. But when I get off tour, Listen, get y'all to the people in the comments. Get y'all somebody. If you don't do anything else in your life, when you listen to Think of Me, get you somebody. And if you somebody else's, they don't belong to you. A situation like that, whatever your situation is, we don't judge. I don't judge. But get you somebody and let them grab your butt and slow dance when Think of Me is on. I'm telling you, it's gonna change your life. We done danced to it about 3 times, me and my guy. And listen, it's a moment.
Love it. It takes you back. It takes you back to prom. Like for me, when I listen
the good old days when you were slow dance. Don't nobody slow dance no more. They didn't mess around and made a slow dance about. They ain't did this, and I don't know how long in music.
But
made a slow dance.
Again, we were talking about SWV, and this gave me what Brian did on Anything.
Yes, absolutely.
Like on the slow version of Anything. Like this is what this song is, and I knew Stacey's tone because when they would do Reconsider and when they do la da 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 da, and Stacey will come out with that la da da, I was like, ooh, her tone. I was like,
for sure.
Ooh, her tone is so rich. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yo. So when I heard her, I said, wait, because I'm always expecting Tam to start off the record. You know what I mean? I'm always that's what I'm expecting. So when I heard her come in, I said, oh, they got Stacey leading the record. I said, Stacey, go on and sing. And she went off on this.
Listen, she did her good singing in that. Okay, she sang down on that. That tone, I think I would play that 3 times because that tone. Listen, I told you before, like with Asia from Kendrick the Family Soul, that alto tone, just that pureness in that voice. Listen, I get the same feeling with Think of Me. It's just that pureness. I gotta feel that. It's like give me that pure tone, and that's what Stacey's voice is a pure tone that it hits you immediately when you hear it. I got a good God Almighty. That's what I took old school. That's what they used to say in church when it got good. Good God Almighty. That's some show enough singing. That's what they used to say back in the day. Show enough singing. They do some show enough singing. Woo!
And then especially with the key change when she said,
yeah, Michael, that's what he just said in the chat.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. Woo.
He said that key change, absolutely.
Change? I was like,
Tyrone said Stacey Sheets. I'm like, what? Yep. That tone is ridiculous.
Her tone is ridiculous, and she just got to shine. Woo. You know what I mean? So I was so happy that she got to shine like she did on this. You know what I mean? And like you said, Michael, with these key changes, a lot of what Louis York was doing on this, a lot of our mainstream artists ain't getting. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because we love key changes. You know what I'm saying? That we love a key change.
The producers don't know how to I mean, of course you can when you just loop. I mean, no disrespect to any of them, but when you just loop in records, I mean, anybody can do that. I mean, it don't take that much. Should I do that whenever I got a MD gig? When I'm on tour now, all I do is take a little bit. They take like 10, 15 minutes to loop a bass loop or whatever. It don't take that long to do that, but when you actually, once again, I keep saying it, when you're an actual musician, that's a producer, like the Babyfaces, like the D'Angelos, like the Princes, like the Franklins, the Angela Winbushes, that can actually produce records and play it. And it takes the music to a whole nother level. When you know how to play music, the possibilities, your creativity is endless.
Yes.
Just from being a musician perspective, because you're always trying to find new keys to play in. And then some of them have a certain style they play in. A lot of these like Babyface and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, they play in because you hear certain songs and they sound, you can say this sounds like that record, like Angela Winbush's Your Smile and Angel kinda is similar. And then but yeah, Baby Come Back Home she did with Ozzy Brothers. That sounds like another Ozzy Brothers that she produced. But that's again, you can take it or leave it, but again, endless creativity when you can play it.
Yes, absolutely. So Stacey, she did her damn thing on Think of Me, and Such a beautiful, beautiful record, taking you back to the prom, like you said, and it's just a good record. The video,
grab your butt and dance tunes. That's what Think of
I
Me
agree.
is.
I agree with that.
Listen, we in cozy. We about to get in cozy winter. We're in fall. We in cozy
You ain't never
fall.
lie.
Going to cozy winter. Get you somebody to love on.
Right.
And get you a Think of Me and listen to Think of Me.
In B-more, we got one more day of good weather, and that's it. Because we about to drop to like 50 and 38 at night, and it's about to get cold. So yes, it's time to cozy
turn that heat on and get you somebody to snuggle up with and play
Think of Me in the background. And Think of Me. Come on now. So so that's the end of side A on the vinyl. So Think of Me was the last of the song on. So then we go to Good as Gold.
Oh, listen, when I tell you, because I gave my guy the album, he got one. I gave it to him. He put it in his car. And he said that was his favorite one off the. I was like, see that's why we go together forever. Because when you get you a musical, listen, we connect off music. So it's like, this your favorite too? Because this is, and I hate picking one because they're all so great, but you gotta understand, I'm an 80s fanatic. I am an 80s, this is what I live and breathe, is 80s music. So when you hit me with these dang on, giving me Doobie Brothers, What a Fool Believe chords, minute by minute type of musical arrangement, giving me god dang Cyndi Lauper style type of pop. Oh my God, all the great, I can't, it's like 80s all meshed in one. You can pick any 80s artist and it's gonna relate to it. It just gave me that good 80s pop feel. And I love 80s music. I'm an 80s fanatic. So this is I hate to pick a top favorite from this album, but if you made me pick a top 3, this would definitely be in the top 3. Now I ain't gonna rank it, but it's in the top 3.
Now this song was the song that it took me a minute, because at first it threw me off. It really threw me off, because after hearing Think of Me, right, and then I'm like, okay, all right, and then we go into this, and at first I was just like, all right. I was like, all right. At first in my mind, I'm like, are they really just doing this just to, is this really being done so it can be mainstream? That's what I was thinking at first. My mind went there. But then I said, wait a minute. They gave you Up to You. They started the album with that. So they letting you know what flavor you gonna get. So then when I listened to this again, I said, I got it. And like you said, it gave you Doobie Brothers, What a Fool Believe. Hell, it gave you When Aretha Did It. You know what I'm saying? It gave them
definitely jumped to it. I definitely heard a lot of that.
Yes, like you got that.
The Arista era, Clive Davis era with Aretha. I definitely got that vibe from Good as Gold.
And Temujin was
like I said, any 80s record, you could align it with this.
Yes.
With Good as Gold.
Like Temujin was saying that he felt like this was like How Will I Know to him. This was his How Will I Know to him. That's what he felt like. It was this How Do I Know? And I was like, okay. I was like, I could dig it because of what you were saying. It's definitely 80s flavor, period. Like you said Cyndi Lauper, you threw me, and that's very true. Very true. Like what you said,
that's what I hear, because I listen to it. It's like all those pop songs that I would hear, the mid tempos. Like it's like a mesh of all that, but it's not anything specific. But that's the first artist I thought of, and Cyndi Lauper is just great vocally. I think she's one of my personal favorites. But any of those records like that, I was, I'm like I said, 80s fanatic. So sign me up for Good as Gold, because I can't say nothing bad about that. I said,
and then now
me and my guy, we connected off that. I was like, we connected off that. So I was already into it. Soon as the first 5 seconds, I was like, oh, I'm locked in. So
right. And so with this, it kind of gave me Love Takeover from American Griots. from Louis York when the Shindellas was kind of at the end and they were kind of going off like that, and it kind of reminded me a little bit of that. And I was like, yeah. I was like, okay, now we on side B. We starting the new side. They like, look, we done gave you Think of Me, so we done smoothed it down a little bit. We got to take you back up.
Yeah.
We got to take you back up. Now we on the other side. We're gonna make you jump again. So I was like, I get it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when I think of Janet's Rhythm Nation, we left with Living in the World, but she came round with All Right. Like, all right, we jamming again. You know what I mean? So that's what I got from that. So yes, I'm into it now. Before it was like, but I got it. So I'm into it now.
Yes, Mike Green, key changes back in music. You're absolutely right. Shindo.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Oh, yes.
We need that. Again.
Yes. All right. So we get into something that I want to say. Now, this is my favorite record on the album because it's so personal to me right now, because it's speaking a lot on how I'm feeling right now and how it's very personal. Like, this song is very personal. You know what I mean? And when she said, it's hard to pretend like you ain't affecting me, I was like, God damn it. Whoa. What? I was just like, oh, Lord Jesus, they speaking about it. I'm like, oh, Lord Jesus, they speaking for me right now. Like, I was just like, oh, Jesus. I told Tam, I said, Tam, I don't know what you was feeling on this record, sweetheart, but baby, when she was like, I'm speechless, and like, even though she was like, I don't even know your name. I know their name, but I'm like, I was like, Tam, I'm feeling the emotion of this record, and this was my Win My Heart for me. Win My Heart is my favorite on Hits That Stick Like Grits. Okay. Something that I want to say is my favorite song on this album because Tam is just straight blowing. She's going for blood. Like, she's going
great comparisons. That's a great comparison, actually.
Yes.
That's really good.
Yes, it's just like Tam went off, and she did that with Win My Heart. So it was
yes,
like,
you're right, Michael. She absolutely did.
She went off, and I was like, Tam. And she said, I don't know what it is. No, Tam, you know what the hell it is singing like this. I was like, the hell, like, yo, she ate this. Right. Like, again, this is my favorite. This is my favorite song on the album. Like, I can't listen to it just once. Like, when I was listening to it when it came out, and it was midnight, and I was chilling, and I had it on my speakers or whatever, and I'm playing it. I just remember putting one of the gifts, and I was just sitting there like, I had the gifts where the boy is just crying. I was like, Tam, girl, I'm there, girl. I was like, I'm there. So yes, this is my favorite.
Woo. Let me tell you something. That one right there, when she got to that end, oh my God, that last minute may have been the last 2 minutes of the song. I was like, Miss Ma'am, Tam. Miss Ma'am, Tam. I'm about sick of her. I'm telling you right now, I'm about sick of her. It's, you know, singers that be, it's like, it's ridiculous. It's like some singers, it's like, why are you this good? Why are you this good to where you're giving me the emoting that Anita Baker does when she's riffing and ad-libbing? You're giving me the Toni Braxtons that want to, I love you, 3, 4, so much more. You're giving me them kind of ad-libs where you feel it and it's resonant. Why are you doing this to me, Miss Ma'am Tam? Stop it. This is freaking ridiculous. I'm so sick of her.
I know
being Chuck so good. It's just to the point where it's like, you just showing off at this point, and I'm tired of it.
Completely showing off.
But she's fantastic, though.
I could imagine.
She's great.
I could imagine just Claude and Chuck just looking at her doing all this and just like,
Yeah, they probably just in amazement, like, oh my God, really? This what you do?
Like this is what we doing? Like this is how you gonna
This what we
sing?
doing in the studio today?
Right. Like this is what we doing tonight?
That emoji, on Twitter that flaming, they got that meme of that, or that gif of that man on fire. That's how Tam walk out the studio every time. She walk out the studio every time. Every session with Louis York, with Shindellas. Shindellas, all of them are dope vocally, but I know when Tam get through with the ad-libs, she on fire. Just that flaming gift every time.
If he got them all in the studio together, and it's all three of them, I know Stacy and Casey is looking at her like, girl, we about tired of you. Why are you vocally good like this? Like,
right.
Like, I know they like, girl.
Right, this is going on. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn, she sing this an old school thing right here. That's she sing the teeth off them songs. She sing if that was a representation of leaving the meat off the bone, she don't leave no scratch. She leave the what was it? Lick the pot clean. Who was that? What's that movie that from? That was Big Mama's House. What was it? Cedric the Entertainer said that you lick the pot clean or lick the plate clean. Tam don't leave it. She's like, ain't no leftovers over here on this plate. Yup.
And done.
It's done. The leftovers are done. Y'all don't need none. Thank you. Order some more. We not. Ain't no to go bag. Nothing. We not leaving
nothing.
She left nothing. Bag, nothing.
Yes. Right. They probably was like after this. Yes. Shout out to Tam. She ate that, and that's why it's
that I want to say.
Something that I want to say, and no, it's something that she want to say. She said it. You know what I'm saying?
She said it. She definitely said it.
Yes, went off.
She said all she had to say in that. They talking about when the bills is due. Shit, the cutoff notice was there. The sheriffs was at the door. She was singing like the sheriffs was. They got the bags outside. She's living. This is Pursuit of Happiness. She was giving vocals.
Yes,
she was like, the sheriff is outside the door right now. Want you to get these luggage in these bags. Get up out of here. She was singing like they was right there about to take her stuff up out their house.
Period.
The cutoff notice was already on notice. She sang that thing like, we gotta find somewhere to go.
Yes. Yes, and that's why it's my favorite. I love it. I love it. Favorite joint, for real. All righty. So we go into.
And before we move on, my bad. I forgot to say this. When she was, I meant to say this earlier, and I forgot when I was talking about the Aretha, the way she just vocally assimilates. It reminded me of what Aretha did. If you listen to Aretha's Angel, which is my top favorite, can't even listen to it all the way because it make me cry all the time. But that's my top favorite, Angel, produced by Quincy Jones. But what Aretha did at the end of that, when there's no misery, like the misery of without being, I gotta find Angel, when she gets that ending and she does that little note. I felt that the way she ended those notes, that's the same way I felt when Tam was singing on Something That I Want to Say. It literally, that's why the correlation, that's why I can hear the influence, because I heard that. Not saying that's what it is, just it's just example of like your influences, like Aretha, the way she would, sing, you can feel that in the lyrics, because she's talking about pain. And I can hear that cry, that emotion. I could feel that same thing when Tam did that. But that's all I wanted to say on that. But go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, girl, listen. Now I'm with it. I agree.
I had to make that comparison. Aretha Angel, that's the one for me. And Tam made me feel the same thing I feel about Aretha's Angel, which is my top favorite Aretha song. She conveyed that same feeling, and it's very hard to do. Since we're talking about the greatest vocalist of all time, soul music personified is Aretha. But for you to get that out of me, that kind of emotion, I can hear that clear as day. You're a bad mamma jamma, Tam.
Yes,
and
is.
We ain't playing no games with y'all, man. Y'all better get into it.
And then to have the girls under her, though, to have the girls sounding so good.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, I was just like, this song is perfect to me. Nothing wrong with the song. Perfect. Great.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We get into Kiss and Tell.
Kiss and Tell.
This ain't nothing but volcano love and happy to see you. You know what I think this is too? Even though the vibe of this song gives me happy to see you.
Man, are you on point with these comparisons, sir? I can even think that to you. Hold on, I gotta give you yours on minute, sir. You doing your thing with these comparisons.
Listen, that's how I
think that you just said that. That is brilliant.
Yeah,
you doing your thing, sir.
But listen to this
R&B
though.
banger. Listen, he knows bangers.
You know what I'm also thinking with this too? This was their answer to When You're Lonely. This is the answer to this. Because remember when you're lonely, they saying you only call me when you're lonely. So they like, okay, now that I know that you just gonna call me when you're lonely, now don't come to me and we gonna be cool. Well, then don't kiss and tell then. Then don't kiss and tell this. If you gonna call me when you lonely,
that's an interesting comparison.
That's why I was like, this is them answering to When You're Lonely. To me, this is their own answer to it. That's what I think. I'm gonna ask Claude and Chuck and girls. Is that true? That y'all created this joint?
Yeah, you got me want to ask them that now.
Yes.
Going short for the Shindellas. I want to ask them that question now. That's an interesting point, JR. You got my hamster wheels turning in my head now because I didn't even think that you said that. That's a great question to ask.
Oh, they all wrote it.
If they watch it, this if they watch this, I want to know the answer to it too because that's a great point.
I do. I really think they answered themselves.
At least giving you your props. She said JR is great at picking out sounds and comparing.
I'm good for that. I am good for that. You know that very well. Yes. So yeah, I just think that, but this is what I felt with this song too. This is when I felt they gave me my happy to see you. Happy to see you. This is what I was getting from them. The tempo of this is still country. They bringing that Tennessee in it. Because Tennessee about to be where it's at for real. So everybody better take their asses down there and start.
It's Tennessee always been that magical place for music. Yeah, Nashville always been that. People just always been. I think because it's more black. I think it's more black people now being in the country. I mean, I get a lot of them that are in it now, but now that focus is there, which they need more of diversity. But country music, Nashville has always been, known for that. But I think now that it's more black art. I mean, listen, we can sit and praise Louis Short. I mean, shoot, their catalog runs as long as the Quran. It's about as long as the Quran, so in the Bible. So it's like they got a New Testament and Old Testament of hits. So it's like, listen, I mean, them being in that scene, just doing their thing with Avery Wilson. I love that record. Kiss
the Sky is a woo.
Kiss the Sky. That oh my God. Listen, I'm going sidetrack because I was like, man, what they did in that. I was like, when he did a pre-chorus, he wrote a pre-chorus in there. It was giving me very much Freddie Jackson. Just a quick side note, but we're gonna get back to it.
And you know what too? And you know what? I like what we did with Avery. We know Avery liked to do a lot of running.
Yeah, I seen some people on Twitter mention that. Yeah,
they brought Avery into his pocket and he stayed there. He stayed there.
Yeah,
like
he definitely was in pocket. I
can see Chuck doing that demo, and then having Avery hear it and he take it for what he want. And I think even if Claude saw him running a little too much, he probably was like, Avery, come on, pull back a little bit. You ain't got to do all that. And that song should be a #1 record. Because, I mean, if somebody else had it, like a Sam Smith, it would have been.
For sure.
Just saying. Just saying. Just saying.
Listen, you can say that about the Shindellas.
Like,
you're not. I'm trying to figure out. I'm about to do. Listen, when I tell you, we got some work here in this music industry because I don't know. Yes. I think we need to be tapping into the pop world more and start requesting songs on that side. Because with this album, all the songs is good, but Last Time Give My Soul, if that shit don't go on the pop charts before the year over with, I'm gonna be mad. Or if Soul Train ain't called them to do that. Listen, I need to listen. If you do a promo for this or whatever, I was like, you put Jesse Collins Entertainment. Need y'all. I don't know who I need to talk to over there, but we getting close to November. I know y'all about to start booking. Listen, getting y'all people in casting and all that, but Jesse Collins Entertainment. Listen, they got a top 10 record, top 15 record. Get y'all Taylor. I'm trying not to cuss on your thing, but
girl, because I
get on over there to the Shindellas team and get them out. Get y'all ass over there in them emails.
Yes.
And start. Listen, they need to be Soul Train. I'm talking about nominations and all that stuff. They need to be on. We need to get some work going. We need to get the rest of the award shows. Need y'all start. I don't know who I talk. Stephen Hill. I seen you at Quincy Jones Hollywood Bowl celebration earlier this year. Need you listen? I know you still doing dibble and dabbling behind the scenes. Need you get on this too? You got Shantae Moore on her little whistle. No, let me not say that. That sounds shady. You got Shantae Moore, all love and respect to her, legendary, but you work your magic like you worked your magic, get her on stage and be on Soul Train last year, work your magic, get y'all get in tune. You know who I need to talk to there, but we need to get on it.
Yes, we do. But these girls need more, and for this
I had to say that. It's just listen, we need to. I know accolades come when they come, but doggone it, we did this album too hot for y'all to be sleeping on it. We can't go
be
another
sleeping
year.
On yes.
Hits to still like grits. We can't. They need to be racking up on somebody's show. I need to figure out who I need to talk to make this happen. Well, at least said, nigga, we cuss. Listen, I'm trying to, I'm so used to being formal on my podcast. I always got to watch what I say with certain artists. I told you I got about 20 off the record interviews because you know how crazy I get. You and at least know how crazy I get on my podcast with the cussing. So I'm trying to tone it down. Take all that at one time. I ain't trying to.
We are free.
I done been on 2 different platforms. I ain't trying to, unleash the heathen on them too soon.
I'm a
hooligan. So
at least got to deal with me, and then I got to deal with her, with us cussing back and forth. Shit.
But they don't know. Listen, my crazy a different kind of crazy though. I don't think they ready for this over here. It's different. I scared the Mayos all the time. So
oh shit.
Kiss and Tell though, that one was really good. It was real mellow. I like listening to that in the car. Again, I'm gonna do a formal album review on soulsadness.com. But that one right there, that one's a good one to listen to in the car.
Yes. Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. It is. It's so mellow and so smooth. So I was like,
might need awards ASAP. Exactly, sir. That's what I'm saying.
We agree.
Need somebody at BT Jesse Collins Entertainment. Like I said, get on it and stop playing games.
Even if you don't
give them their things.
Even if they don't get awards, give them the.
Stop playing with them. That's what I'm talking about, Mike. You talking right? Give them their things and stop playing with them.
Yes, like give them a platform. The girls just need a platform. That's it.
They've already
give them a platform so they can
the CMT awards. Like that's a great platform. I'm talking about they need to be, and I can actually see them. You know what's so crazy about BET? Because they did this with Anderson .Paak. You know the crazy thing is, being on the road for so many years. I've been a traveling musician. I've seen Lizzo. I've seen Anderson .Paak. Even Action Bronson, which I didn't even know his music, but they were that impactful doing live concerts and live shows that's how they became big. And BET didn't even have Anderson on the main stage on BT. They, side BT experience where they had him on the side of the stage. And then he ended up, but that's because of all the work he put in, because I seen it. It's like Lizzo. I seen her way before she came in. It's like they don't respect it until it has to be that. They don't do it. You know what I mean? They wait for the Grammys or the AMAs or the Billboards. Even with Ella Mai, is that her name that did the Boot Up song? She was on the side show. Her song, she had to blow up and do the other shows for them to even put her on the main stage. And that's how they do. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to any, but that's just the truth. Like sometimes they just don't value, and I don't know what's going on over there to where they always prioritizing the numbers of who's going to be the main attraction. It's like, no, people want to hear people that can sing good and perform well. And it's like packaging, great artists that are versatile, like the Shindellas, they have to be on that stage to showcase it. And you putting them on the side show because, they only have this amount of people. That's why you see the numbers fluctuate with the ratings with the award shows, and they say this is the lowest it's been, or they may bring a Beyonce or Katy Perry or Rihanna to give them a Lifetime Achievement Award or whatever, so their ratings can go up. But it's like, no, you have so many. It's such a plethora of great R&B artists, and they don't get that. They have to be a certain type that have a adult R&B record, and it's like, let all of them have shine. It's like, but that's how it goes though. That's their formula, and that's why,
and that's the one thing that's one thing that kind of bothers me about the Soul Train Awards anyway now, because Don Cornelius used to be the one where he saw the ones that were mainstream that was getting all the love. He used to give the ones that didn't get that mainstream exposure. So during the time when you had the Whitney and the Janet and the Anita, they winning all the big AMAs and the Grammys and the this and the that. Right. He said, you know what? I'm going to let Mickey Howard win. I'm going to let Regina Bell win. I'm going to let them get it. Let Freddie, well, I don't know if Freddie won a Soul Train Award. I don't know. But he will let them, and then he will let them perform. Give them that platform, that exposure. Now, it's all about numbers. It's all about number game. And like you said, when they need,
but they had their time though. I see it happen. It only takes that one. They only one connection away, and they shit about to blow up. They already there. I'm just saying for this album in particular, I don't need this album to be looked over. I know the Grammys is already, they already did the deadline on that, but I know this album, this run, I was like, all this work they put in, they need some. Listen, and I know we're fans of the artists and we support the independent artists, but it's bigger than that. It's a matter of when you talk about a quality album, this album run needs some kind of recognition. And then those of us that are in the industry, just like I said before, with Black publications, like writing about this album, that being effective in terms of the Grammys looking at our album reviews. That's why I'm adamant about. That's why I'm about to put the album reviews, so it can be records of because they look at our album reviews, and I kind of got away from that because I didn't feel like just personally that my voice would matter anymore because there was so many of them. But it's like, no, we need a collective to keep talking about R&B albums, like the Shindo album, like I said before, like what you're doing with your platform and what you do on R&B representatives. We need that to keep driving and keeping not just the relevance in these artists, but just upholding the integrity of the work. And these kind of albums, it's not about blowing smoke and kiss and tell and like trying to suck up and trying to act like, you know what I mean? Because we can critique it without being harsh or rude to the artist. It's just a matter of seeing for what it is and let's highlight that. But the Shindellas, this album is great. And then what we had last night was Good for My Soul.
Yeah, we had banger, that. And that's the hit.
For sure, current banger.
There was a banger when I heard it. I said, but I have to say this. This is even though I get why this is on the album and it's a hit and it's kind of like their first Billboard charting record. To me, I was like, I'm leaving Kiss and Tell, and it goes to Last Night Was Good for My Soul. That to me, that sequencing kind of was like, oh, it kind of had me.
Really?
Oh yeah, because I was just like, oh, and then it was making me think too, because then I got a little beef with them, because if it wasn't really love, wasn't on Hits That Stick Like Grits, so I felt some type of way. You know?
Oh, you was on there, on there. That makes sense.
Yeah, I felt some type of way, so I'm like,
I was like, what?
Why? But Last Night Good for My Soul is the hit. That's the charting single, so it gotta be on the album. You know what I mean? Not saying it's a bad song. Perfect. The flow, I thought the sequence
was perfect on that one.
Got you. I got you.
But I feel you though. I can get that, but I get your perspective though on why you're expecting something else. That's why, you know.
I would think if they could have went from that, they could have went right to the next song to me, which is "Love You Inside Out." Like, I thought they could go right from that, because "Love You Inside Out" is so Broadway to me. It's so damn Broadway. Like, it's so dramatic. It's so Broadway. It's so that, you know what I mean? And then, you know, they got, if anybody knows the Total record, and you know that When Boy Meets Girl, you know, baby, I can figure it out. Your kisses taste like honey, even though that's the Bee Gees.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
That's the Bee Gees. So, you know what I'm saying? For that, so I was ready for that, because I think I've probably played Last Night Filled My Soul. And with me, with singles, if I love it, after a while, when I listen to the album, I skip it. You know what I mean? I skip it because it's the single. I was ready for Love. When Love You Inside Out came on, I said, oh, we dramatics now. We Broadway. We there. All right, go. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but Love You Inside Out is so Broadway. The harmonies are good. You know what I'm saying? Chuck on that damn piano was just, whew.
It was that bass for me.
Oh, that it's bass. A bass too. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
listen.
Ma'am.
This is once again why I'm tired of the Shindellas. I said with Tam, she's getting on, being vocally this immaculate and great. I said that with Miss Ma'am Tam.
Miss Ma'am Tam.
Yeah, Miss Ma'am Tam. When I tell you this whole group, and this song right here, this last song on this album, I'm telling you verbatim what I was thinking when I heard it. When I got to this last song, and I was just like you, I waited till midnight. Mind you, I ain't waited this late for an album at midnight. Mind you, I just came from a gig in Boston. I got worried about other stuff, doing MD responsibility. So, but when I tell you, I was anticipating the whole night, and then we didn't get on the tour bus till after 1:00. And this is Eastern time. Y'all know how y'all East Coasters do, be up all day, all night. So I didn't get to listen to it till about a little bit after 12, about almost 1. By the time when I tell you, Love You Inside Out, this is what I'm setting it up for those listening in. Why they're getting on my nerves at the Total is in a good way, getting on my nerves as this fantastic. When it got to that they're in unison. When they get to that damn 2 minute, I know exactly what it is because 20 is my favorite number. When they got to 2 minutes and 20 seconds on Love You Inside Out, and they start fucking projecting, not just projecting, but they're on top of the note in perfect pitch. They're projecting. I did this, JR. When it got to that part, I did that. That's what I did to my phone. When I heard them do that, I was on my tour. I was trying not to scream. I was on a tour bus with some sweaty, stanking musicians. We're all in bunk beds. I'm in my bunk bed with the headphones in. When it got to that, I said through the phone, I'm getting like this the whole time, listening to the song, trying not to scream.
Like, I'm like, why are they this good? Why are you giving me, like, In Vogue, you're giving me Emotions, Jones Girls, you're giving me Beats, all of it. It's just a gumbo pot of fusion sounds, fusion vocals, and blends. Why are you doing this to me at 2 o'clock in the freaking morning? And I can't sleep now because I didn't play this whole album. I got maybe 2 hours of sleep. It's like, that's why I'm tired of them. Because it's like, y'all, they did this with Hits to Stick Like Grits. I didn't sleep when I heard it. It's like, stop doing this to me. I like to live a normal life. I don't like hearing vocals like this. They change the whole trajectory of my day. I literally listened to that album for 3 days. I didn't come up from air from, especially with Up to You. It's probably gonna be on my. I said on Twitter, it's gonna be in my top 3 because I didn't play it about 972 times. Yeah, I know Spotify like, girl, you wore this thing out because Spotify like to read you real quick. They be like, girl, did you? They was like, you couldn't get enough of this song, could you? I'm like, okay, Spotify, quit getting shady. You ain't got to sit here and be just give me my list of songs that I listened to for 2023 and quit being shady. Because Spotify be like, girl, ooh, you just couldn't get enough of that. You couldn't. Spotify reads you. They be like, girl, it sounds like your playlist is a Marlboro and bourbon. They'll read you, call you old, be like, oh, did you stayed in 1962? That's what Spotify do. It's just this whole album
it's just like how they do
on Spotify rap.
It's kind of how they go up on that. No one can love you more. Like,
yes.
Like, I'm like
another song that I cannot sing along to. It's like, can we get the ones that was in the alto section in the choir, like that can hit the note, like it's just give me a cool little give me a cool little C major chord. Give me something easy that I can sing along to. Don't give me all these flats and all these sharp chords where we up in the Raptors like we Whitney and and Shaka. Y'all giving me that, especially the emotions, because the emotions, they be up there. It's like, I damn sure can't sing along to the emotions. Oh wait, maybe I think Jones Girls, I sing along to them. What's that one? You gonna make me love somebody else? If you keep on, that's the only one. But yeah, Jones Girls is like that. Yes, the harmonies, like that blends. Shout outs. Listen, the emotions too.
Like you said, you broke that down so great. You broke that down so great because that is when I said they are the emotions. They are, you know what I'm saying, the Jones Girls, In Vogue, LaBelle, like all of that. Like this song showed their influences and how girl groups are needed and why they are needed, so we can get them to do that right there. Could you imagine them doing that live? Nuts.
Oh yeah, for sure. But this is the thing about groups though. This is where I differ with this whole, like, I get it, it's a need for it, but only if they're going to do that. It's a lot of groups that aren't, I mean, I get that they were it was connections online, but I know it was intentional with Louis York, and you know, they're wanting to know where all the girl groups were at. But this is an intentional thing. I don't think, or I could be wrong. People that disagree with it, you can. I know adverse to being wrong or having a different opinion. So if you disagree with it, I'll definitely take it in. But my thing with groups, and what we see with the history of groups, was they were, especially going with Motown and how they were trying to always create a star from the lead singer. It's always been that formula from going from the from the 60s to the 70s, 80s. Like, they always formed it, even when it was male and female groups together, that like the Ready for the Worlds and the Midnights, the Atlantic Stars, that had, SOS bands that had a mix of female, male vocals. Somebody always wanted to go solo. And then what I realized that a lot of y'all can't, the way some of them didn't, and they can blame promotion and marketing, but you got to have that thing. And I said that before. I say it all the time on podcasts when I watch live performances of 70s performances. They all had that thing. Like when you see them in their prime, like the Gladys Knights, the Shakas, they all have that thing that draws a crowd. You have to have that. And if you don't have that as a solo artist, coming from a group trying to go solo, then that's not going to work. I'm sorry. It's like you have to have that quality about you that's going to attract other people. Like Beyonce, that makes sense because she had that thing, that quality. Michael, he had that thing early as a kid. And even going from, I'm trying to think of some 90s artists, like even with Coco, like she had that thing, but there's such a significant thing with SWV that people always associate it with that group. Now, so like I said before, people that don't have good hearing don't appreciate what Taj and Lily bring to SWV, but those that do know that that's an integral part of what makes them who they are. And Coco, sleep on her debut Hot Coco. I love that album. I still listen to it, and her gospel albums are dope too. But you have to have that thing, and then if you're not trying to pursue it full on to where you're going to tour as a solo artist, if you're not consistently doing that, then that's not going to work out. And that's just the reality of it. You have to have, and this is just insider stuff, people that don't know any business. In order for you to succeed from a group to a solo, you have to put that work in. And somebody mentioned it on Twitter talking about Beyonce. She put the work in. That's why she is the way it is. She's constantly touring. She's been doing that since Dangerously in Love. Like she put the work ethic in terms of doing the promotionals, doing everything she had to do. Now she's a household name where she doesn't have to do that, and she still has the work ethic of touring. You have to have that. That's how you keep excelling. And unfortunately, people that went from groups to solo, they don't have the work ethic, and then they don't have that. And it's just a thing. What is that thing? That means that drive to pursue this, to want to do music full time. You have to be you got to see the forest from the trees, because just up close, you're not going to see the end result of it, because you're going to have certain people, negative people around you that's going to try to shift you. But to have that thing, and I think the Shindellas have that. They're that group. I think they're going, and you had mentioned earlier, talking about you wish they would have toured more. I think, what was it before Hits to Stick Like Grits? That the problem with it is that you kind of got to start from the bottom. It's mostly, building your name up, but now they're at the point now where they have a leg up, and they can do selective, they're getting there though. They're that group. Shindellas is that group that I can actually see them performing at like arenas, like, because they have, like we talked about all these 9 tracks. You got 9 tracks of versatility from up tempo, mid tempos, ballads. Up to You is like a fusion sound of, it can lean towards, like I said before, it reminded me of Gloria Estefan's Conga, and with the Michael Jackson, it had that feel to it. With it reminded me of Wanna Be Starting Something. Those are all versatile. What are those? How many times have you heard Conga in a store? And just a versatile crowd, like those kind of records play with everybody, and we are not limited with, because I think soul music is genreless. Like, even though you would, just for marketing purposes, you would put Shindellas in the R&B box or adult R&B. You would put it there just to get the records to play on radio and all that stuff. But they have a versatile catalog where I can hear it on the pop records. I can hear it, whatever they would lean towards. Like if they started doing country music and had that S to it, I could hear it played on there, because when you have that a production team and songwriting team that lets you do so many, you don't have to limit yourself to one genre. You can explore. They're good. They're not like, and I ain't trying, like I said, I don't blow smoke, but I see their whole career just taking off, you know, beyond just R&B music.
And I want them to, and that's what
Yeah.
I want them to. I want them to really succeed. And with this album, I can see where they're going. They want
New
that
American
too.
Soul.
You know what I'm saying?
New American Soul, but yeah, it's gonna be their thing. Like, even if they do play with other genres, it's still gonna have that. Like I said, soul music is genreless to me. So, like, when I think of Doobie Brothers, I don't think, oh, that's blue-eyed soul, which I hate that word, and I hate it's equivalent to neo soul. Can't stand that word.
Oh,
it's just there's nothing new about it. I'm like, if neo soul is a word, then what is Herbie Hancock? What's Cool in the Game? What's all those artists that already existed? But that's a whole other subject. You know, they don't hear me rant about that. Write an article about it. Listen, they're just limitless, and it's just New American Soul. That's what they categorize themselves. But it's just, you know, all around. I'm gonna do it for, like I said, I'm gonna do it in print. I'm gonna do an album review in print. But
I love that. Love
and,
that.
And then I wait to call it a classic. Like, it's to stick like grits. It's still got 3 more years. I wait. This is my thing as a writer. I just wait 5 years to call it a classic.
And I can respect that. At least
I had to wait to call Black Messiah 5 years. I had to wait 5 years to call it a classic. But yeah, masterpiece. That's what I call it.
Elise is like that too, though. Elise is she.
You gotta let it sit, and it's premature to call it a classic. Yeah.
She's like that. Elise is like that. She'll say, yo, like, I'm not listening to an album and then be like, yo, I'm calling this shit a classic like everybody do now. Yeah. I'm not like that either. Because you gotta live with albums.
I gotta let it sit 5 years. Because if I can respect that. When you let it resonate like that, it's gonna, because I did that with Black Messiah. I take it, it's like, let me hear it in the car, let me hear it at home, let me hear it out in public, let me hear it, you know, and just sit with it, you know. And that's the thing, you know, I don't want to be on a soapbox, but it's like, sit with the music. It's like, I'm sitting with this, and like, I'm still sitting with it, like, because I plan on writing a review on it, but I'm probably gonna sit with, I was gonna kind of, because I'm trying to, you know, you get into the flow where you want to jump on it and get to the album review, but I'm gonna sit with this a little bit more just to see what else I can get from it. Because sometimes when I hear it multiple times, I might hear something else, you know, that might grab my attention.
That's why you live with it.
You said about 7 things in here that's actually making me, like, when I get off here, I'm gonna actually listen, or whenever I'm actually gonna watch the replay of that so I can reference what you're saying, because I didn't even think of half the stuff you said with that, and it's just, that's a part of it too. That's why I'm glad I talked to you before I did the album review. That got me thinking, got my wheels turning in my head of, you know.
That's how I connect to music anyway. It's the fact that give me something familiar that I fell in love with you for, and they did that a lot on this. It was like, it still was the Shindellas sound. It's still, obviously, with Chuck and Claude being, Louis York being that, but it still gave me them, but they just being artsy. And that's all right. You know what I mean? They didn't go too far left.
They explained to me what Shindo was. Like, I get it, like, in essence, but it's like, you know, like how something, like, you know, it's going to be great, but when it meets beyond your, like, not that it was an expectation, but it's just like, dang, like, it's, I don't, it's hard to describe, like, what I feel when I hear it. It's like, it went beyond an expectation or standard I had for them. It's just like, wow, y'all are real students of music. And this is like, I say, like, Whitney's, I Have Nothing. I think it was the Billboard's 1993 was like a masterclass.
Yeah.
I feel like every vocal artist should watch that performance because, you know, she's a student of Dionne Warwick. You know, that's, you know, her family. But like I said, with Tam, with the reference with Aretha, you know, when you can see that influence, and it's like with Dionne, I say all the time, and I said this to Dionne when I interviewed her. I said, you are a vocal track gold Olympus when it comes to vocals. And it's like the pacing, the precedents that you set with records. It's like that's what Whitney's, because she's in pocket the whole time, but she knows the arrangement's gonna take her where she needs to go. So she's just sitting there playing with the song. Like most people, when they try to sing Whitney, they always trying to hit those high notes, but she's just in pocket, just playing. Like if you watch the performance, she's just sitting in pocket playing with it. And she's doing little ad-libs, and she knows she's gonna hit them notes. That's what I feel with the Shindellas. Like they know where they need to go vocally in the song. It feels like that kind of student of music, to where the choices, like I said, the vocal placement. Like great singers know vocal placement. Great singers know how to convey the feeling of a song. Great singers know when to give their all and when to pull back. Like that's why Luther Vandross is one of my top favorite, because he gave everything he had. You felt it in the song, and he meant every word of it. That's what I feel with the Shindellas.
Yes,
and it's like,
I agree.
It has nothing to do with vocal comparison. It's about that feeling, because you have to experience it. You have to live to experience the stuff they're talking about. And so I'm sure all these songs they've experienced. That's why I gotta, man, this is another thing. I got so many open-ended questions with them, because I thought I had all the questions. I got about 57 more questions for them. I got so many more questions for them and Louis York, because the brilliance of this musicianship and this instrumentation and just the thoughtfulness of these lyrics is just it's just you. Once again, you got to be a musician to be a producer. It's like to understand the music, and it's like what they done. The great songwriting is just, man. Listen. It's so much I want to say about it, but I ain't trying to hold you up. But
I get it. I get it. It just, for me, the girls came through like they were supposed to. For real. I at first I was kind of resilient, because I was like, where are we going? But then getting into my music bag, I said, I get it. And I get where they want to go. Like a song like Up to You, they can open their show with that. They can open up a show. That's why I want them to tour with this. I want them to start doing spot dates in maybe New York, Washington, D.C. I want them to kind of get places so they can get more people on them. Because
I think they're on the track for that.
It's as much as people can say that social media is this. You can promote on social media all you want to, but you got to touch the fans. You got to go out and touch them and do all of that. And that's what I want them to get on. I want somebody to like grab them and be like, y'all can open for us. Like, that's what I want. So then they can get more.
I think it's gonna happen. Listen, that's why I'm in this industry for. I was like, that's my placement. It's like when you've been a work for hire for majority, like I think like 10 years, I was a work for hire. When I moved up to MD, it's like, oh, this is a whole different world. And then it's like and not disrespecting the R&B space, but it needs a lot of work when it comes to the independent promoters. It's a whole other thing, JR. I told you before, it's some working in being an R&B act and having to do those kind of gigs is very hard. But put myself out there to pop and country, other genres besides R&B. It's like I get the formula of this, and with that, it's like I'm trying to get these promoters to like, so we can have the conversation. It's like, y'all need to be looking at these artists and this artist. So when the Shindellas, when they ready, because all they need is an opportunity. They already ready. They just
That's it.
That one connection. That's all it is. You just always 1 degree of separation from, or 6 degrees separation from somebody, however that goes. But you're always one person away from where you need to be. And then just understanding how this industry works. They're going to get that, because it's a lot of great talents like what's his name? October London. I'd seen him perform a while back. It's like I can see them doing a tour with him, and then it's another cat that I can see. It's like that, but they need it takes a lot, but like you said, the opener, but they're gonna get there. That's gonna happen. because you can't have a Billboard hit and then not get booked anywhere. I mean, in terms of getting real good opening tour offers, invites, like,
right.
But again, it's you got to lock in what people understand about the music industry, that it's levels to it. I say it on my podcast all the time. There's levels to it. You go from, but that's the journey of it. It's a lot different now from when I came up as a touring musician. Because we had, when you was played for R&B acts, we were playing in rough rooms. I'm talking about rough, like people thought the Will Smith and Chris Rock thing. Shit, we had to do shows with comedians. I seen them get beer bottles thrown at them, and we had to, the artists I work for, we had to be it, like, because it would be packed out. It'd be the only rooms for those R&B acts, and so they would pack out, and so it was rough rooms. That was back in the day, but we had to go through all that, and it's like once you've seen all of that, and then you move your way up, go from that to dive bars to lounges to open mics, and then you go from that to maybe an amphitheater or arenas. You got to move your way up, but again, it's that muscle of being on the road. You gotta, which I think they're getting to that. It's just a matter of, once again, the tour offers is just once, which I see that happening. It's just a matter of, like, again, just need that one connection, and then it's gonna change the whole game for them. But yeah, I definitely, and I'm probably gonna have to. I have something going on. What is it? I think I saw one of their tour dates was in, I think, Nashville. I think I'm in Memphis during that time. Might have to make that drive to see them there. Nice. I don't see the rest of their schedule. I see spot dates on there, but I'm probably gonna go there and see it. I think it's in December. Okay. It's at but yeah, it's a really nice. So they're moving up there. That's a really great venue they're playing at. It ain't no joke. It's very legendary. And then they're doing a Christmas. I think Louis York put together, presents. It's a pretty big event. I think it's some days before that one, but I'm probably going to be going to that one in Nashville. Listen, when you can sing like that, the Shindellas, like before, I spent my little change to see Beyonce. Listen, she blew my mind with that Renaissance album. I went to see, who else I seen this year? That Summer Block Party tour, and I would have saw that, but I went to the Beyonce concert. This album right here, I spent my coins to see Renaissance. I went to Chicago to see, because I had to experience that live. Man, Beyonce, that's a whole other subject. That girl right there, it's like, ma'am, you just a workaholic, just the ultimate performer. But yeah, I'm definitely gotta hear this album live. Yes. I don't know what's in there, if what they have in their set list, but that's what I love too, because they inspire me as an MD. Like, you always trying to come up with stuff, and it's like their music is so versatile to where it's like it just keeps my wheels going. What is it? Michael said he went to the Summer Block Party tour in Charlotte. Yeah, that one was. It's a lot of people I know from Charlotte said that one was good, but I went to the one in Irvine. It was fantastic. Yeah.
I in Charlotte, yo, if you don't have it, recommend y'all to go get this album for real. If you don't, you know what I mean? Definitely the girls did their thing on this. Shout out to Louis York. Shout out to the Weirdo Workshop. Shout out to all the team.
Who's on the chat? Who's on the chat, JR?
Who is in it?
I see Mike.
I think Mike. I think Timogen is still in here. Yeah, because we got 5 heads in here. So
listen, need all y'all. I'll take over your show, JR, but we's gonna do these giveaways. Yeah. Who won't listen? I'm giving these away. Listen, Instagram, my people on Instagram, they didn't hit me up. It's about 7 people. I owe 7 people a Shindo album. Listen, who won? Listen. I got multiple here. Listen, I don't play no games with support independent artists.
Well, Mike definitely, he wanted one.
Who want one? Anita, who are Mike? Listen, we giving these away for free. I was going. Yes, Mike. Listen, go on. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, my Instagram or Twitter @QLynGreen. Listen, I'm gonna type my name on there. So hold on. How you type your name on? Listen, I'm acting like I'm 72. I'm gonna put my Twitter. How you check your name? Well, let me see.
Q, I'll send you Mike's Instagram page.
I'm about to say I'm about to change my at name right now.
Yeah, I'm
so
gonna
put
it to your what you call it now, so you can.
I'm about to put it right here on the screen. Hit my DMs because I am going to send this to y'all. Whoever's in the chat, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Anita, Miss Anita. If you want some good love and give good
Miss
love.
Anita. Oh, Anita want one too. Okay.
Listen,
right.
Ma'am. I don't play no games with y'all. We gonna get up. My Soul Savageness is my brand. My team don't play. What's Monday morning? Monday morning, Amber is gonna be at the post office. Okay, so I'm gonna send her the list of all y'all stuff. My assistant, she gonna hook y'all up. I'm not playing with y'all. We gonna get all this situated.
All right, I sent you Anita and I sent you Mike's in your DM, so you got.
Elise told me she wanted one.
Elise.
Listen,
okay.
Elise, I got you, man. I think I got your. I think you. Listen, I got your personal. What she?
You got Elise personal.
Elise, you better represent. Okay, talk about. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so sad this gang. That's what I'm talking about. We're gonna play with games over here. You understand? Listen, we got the R&B representatives, the JR World of Soul. We got the what I mean, current R&B out here. I thought you was gonna play one of the songs. You gonna play some of the songs before we head out? Because I was starting to jam with you.
We can play a few of them. We can start it up with Up to You.
Anita, I got you. Oh. Thank you, Anita. I appreciate that. Thank you for following me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Dance all night.
I'm about to get up the salsa dance. Right here.
Yeah.
There we go. There you go. I know what I'm talking about. You better hit that move. There we go. That's my jam.
Yes. Yeah, because I do want this to post because I don't want you two to be acting stupid for real.
Oh, right. See, they were independent artists too.
Yes, they will come
That's
for
crazy.
Yo. Like it was a.
I haven't been on YouTube in a minute.
Yeah, it was a few of them. Like I did on Current R&B Bangers, and it was like one of them. They actually muted it. I was like, oh
yeah, they
no.
muted the whole thing. They did that with me with Solange's when I did my radio show. We had to get copyrights we got the copyrights and stuff for it when I had my radio show. But it was a couple videos I did. It's like what was it? It's some London artist. I'm like, they ain't made a record since 1987. Is y'all serious right now? Ain't made a record since 80s. It was like a London house group. I was like, a house music. I was like, hey, they ain't did a record since 87. They had one hit record. Are you serious?
Right.
And it wasn't even a song. It was a producer that played it during the break. I was like, man, I didn't even pick this song, but yeah.
Right.
We get 15-second Shindo jam. That's what we getting. A Shindo jam.
Yeah. All right. I can go to Good as Gold right quick.
Oh, that's my one right there. I told you. Me and my love be jamming to this.
Hey,
you doing a little bounce to it? There we go. Yeah. You do a little walk to that.
Yeah, like you. Yeah, like it's so 80s.
Yeah, that's why I love it.
Like it's so dope. Love
it's
that.
It's a great sing-along song. That's relaxing by the. That's definitely a summertime record where you relaxing by
It is.
You had a patio of a hotel where it's a nice luxury hotel where it's quiet and you can play the Bluetooth out loud without somebody coming through ruining your moment with a
that part.
Wait, I can't say it. Ruining the moment with I'm about to say something. It's not politically correct. I told you. I was about to say something else. Let me say a hairy back man or somebody that visually I don't want to look at.
That part.
Like the Alan Payne chest hairs popping.
Oh, man. All
Yeah,
right.
Jared's getting it, Mike.
I'm trying to, but here go Tam going off.
That's a Aretha note right there. You hear that? The way that inflection was, that's Aretha.
That inflection, yes.
Oh my God, it's that little shrill, that love. That's what Aretha. I'm not Aretha, so I was just trying to give a similarity of the note to the people listening in.
Like she just singing like.
Oh, the way she projected on that note was crazy right there.
He's nuts.
See, I hear something new every time. I hear it.
Something new. Something completely new.
Like I said, Miss Ma'am Tam, stop it. She a bad mama jammer. She know it too. She a bad mama jammer.
Yes. So we had to give him a little because I don't want the page to get striked. So
listen, I ain't trying to mess up the church's money. Okay, do what you got to do.
Ain't trying to mess up.
Do a little bop going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a little bit. Want to do a little bit. But y'all, we recommend y'all go listen to this album if you haven't. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's a great.
Listen, if you don't have it, like I said, we don't get it for
please. Check this album out. You will love it for real. This was amazing to do this with Q. Like, yo, I knew we was going to go in on this album. I knew we were. I knew you were the right person to do this with because you get them like I get them.
We get it. Shindellas.
Yeah, we get it.
We know they're superstars. Their time is coming. It's here. Just this promotional. I seen the difference of how the debut and sophomore, they said that, doing more promotionals in terms of the radio, because that's still, because the thing is with me, I don't realize that till I start touring, because it's a lot of people that still listen to radio and day to day, either truck drivers, just everyday workers, they listen on commutes to podcasts. I listen to podcasts. I don't really listen to the radio unless I'm in an Uber, but it's like, oh, I get it. But yeah, I get the need of radio and all that stuff, but this promotional they on, I told them this is giving me. You remember back in the day? You remember when albums used to drop on Tuesdays?
Yeah.
Listen, we be waiting. We got them singles. They was dropping singles. They been dropping singles just like it was back in the day. That's why I'm like the artist development that Louis Short put in these artists. This group, the Shindellas. It was well worth it because they giving me definitely old school artist development training in terms of that we gonna sing this till we get it right artistry. And we need more of that got into the craft of singing. Like I said, a musician's musician, a singer's singer, they're singer. The students of the craft. It's beautiful. Shindo. Listen.
Shindo.
Yes. I got y'all. Thank you, Anita. She said, I realized I follow your podcast on Spotify. I appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. Yo, give them all your info.
I love y'all, man. Y'all be showing mad love. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Give them your platform. Go give them everything.
Oh, you want me to go? Okay.
Yeah, give them all your platform.
So Savviness podcast. It is we on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I interview everybody from content creators to chefs, but it's the foundation is always champion for musicians and singers and just background vocalists, sound engineers. I show love to every part of the music industry, but also talk to fashion designers too, because I have different interests outside of music. I try to be, open-minded when it comes to other perspectives. But yeah, tap into the brand, Soul Savviness brand. SoulSavviness.com is rebranding. We are getting ready to drop a lot of album reviews in the coming weeks, and I'm gonna have them locked and loaded. So expect album reviews, expect new music reviews, expect we also going to be revisiting I'm gonna give y'all exclusive since y'all so real. I'm gonna add a category in there called Aging Like Fine Wine, and basically that's just my approach of doing album anniversaries and then even albums that came out 2-3 years ago. I'm gonna see how it's aging, like we talked about classic, if it's a classic album, how it's aging. And so I'm gonna add that segment in there. And then as well, we're gonna be doing film reviews. I'm already, I do film reviews as well. So go on soulsadness.com. It's all there. And then follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Q. That right there. That's where you can find me. Facebook is for my Soul Savviness page, the business page. That's my personal though. But yeah, I don't really be on Facebook like that. I ain't got time for the aunties and uncles and be putting they be putting their full number. It's like, auntie, will you please DM this to me? Quit putting your full number on this post. But follow me on at Q Green, at Soul Savviness on Twitter. Yeah,
this is great.
Good times
This was awesome, y'all. Y'all know where to follow the R&B Reps. Y'all know we just did a dope live today with Kamani, and we talked about the 1980 year, which was amazing. He's out, we trying to get Kamani out there because he's so young and knows so much music.
Yeah.
And
I watched
we need people like him. So we trying to push him so he can create his own platform, and he's starting to do that, which is great. So we did that, y'all know, with our Catch That, you know what I mean? We got some dope episodes coming up for real. We actually did one with Q. Cannot wait till y'all see that.
Yeah.
One. That was a good one. We did that one. So y'all just follow the page. Y'all know, follow us, R&B Reps on everything. Follow Junior's World of Soul on everything, Naturally Elise, and just follow us. But y'all support the Shindellas. Shindo album is amazing. This was awesome, y'all. We appreciate y'all because we know it's late. Sunday night, it's a little late. You know what I mean? Everybody got to go to work in the morning. So, really appreciate these 2 hours. Hopefully, Louis York and the Shindellas can see how much love we gave them in this. And hopefully, we'll see y'all on the next one. So thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. And we out, y'all. Peace. Shindo, baby, Shindo.
I got y'all. Listen, we got y'all giveaway. Shindo.
Y'all just hit it in the DMs. Hello.
It go down in the DMs. Yep.
That's right. Peace, y'all.